Welcome, welcome. I am Amanda Panacea, and today I am going to be talking all about Bee Propolis. Now, if you are somebody who deals with allergies, mold illness, if you're living in a place that you know has mold, or you're chronically stuffy, pollen's driving you crazy, you're allergic to dust, a Bee Propolis diffuser is the thing that will change your life. And I know this because I was that person and it did change my life. So back in 2019, I became very sick with mold illness after being exposed to mold in a water damaged building that was right on the water on the beach. Beautiful apartment, but of course, on the beach, you have that risk of dampness and mold growth, and it was actually in the AC. And so first of all, I was the person who was chronically stuffy, histamine issues, postnasal drip my entire life. And it was just a part of every day when I woke up, I was stuffy for like an hour and then it kind of started to go away. Some days were worse than others because for most of my life, I didn't eat low histamine diet. I just sucked it up. And so when I was listening to one of my favorite doctors, Dr. Klinghardt, he was on a podcast and he started talking about how amazing Bee Propolis was. Some people take it as a supplement. They also have nasal sprays and lozenges. Bee Propolis has a ton of incredible properties. It's antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral. It's chock full of antioxidants and also lots of different nutrients. So people take it as a supplement to also help with any and all of those ailments and allergies and immune system imbalances. But when Dr. Klinghardt was talking about, there was a ton of research coming out of Italy that when you diffuse Bee Propolis into the air, it actually will clean the air. And it does this in a really cool way. So propolis is very negatively charged when you diffuse it in a negative ionizer, plus all its properties that it already has. And things like molds and allergens and dust, they have a negative charge. And so the way Dr. Klinghardt explained it was that the Bee Propolis will neutralize that charge and the molecule becomes very heavy and falls out of the air. And so it's not necessarily like on your floors don't get sticky or anything like that. It's all microscopic, but it, in that sense, will clean the air. So of course, I paused that podcast. I bought the Bee Propolis diffuser right away, as well as the nasal spray. The company that I found is called beehealthyfarms.com. It's BEE for bee. And I found them because they not only deliver to the United States, but they also had the exact same Italian propolis diffuser models that Dr. Klinghardt was mentioning. Because he is based out of Europe. So the research was originally out of Italy. The other thing that really amazed me, the second reason you need Bee Propolis is because in this research, when people actually nebulized it and breathed it in, the children, almost 70% of childhood asthma cases were actually reversed. And I also dealt with asthma my entire life as well, as part of this Th2 dominant, histamine intolerance, allergic to dust and pollen and molds and trees and grass. All of that was my life pretty much from childhood. And if you have been dealing with asthma, you've been told it's just something you're going to have to live forever with. People don't reverse asthma. Well, that's not true. So today I'm going to show you what the Bee Propolis, this is the A3 model, I believe. They have several different models. So just hop onto their website and check the differences between them, because it's going to depend on the square foot that they cover. And there's a few other differences in them as well. For example, this model will come with the attachment to nebulize it. However, the A4 model, which I also have, it actually has a setting that allows you to have continuous flow of propolis, whereas this model is going to pulse. So you may notice it's on and then it stops, and then it's on and then it stops. It has just the pulse setting. So they're very small, extremely quiet. They don't make any noise. You barely smell anything. And the smell is kind of a sweet honey flavor once you get really close to it. inside here is where you put the actual propolis pod, which looks like this. You do have to buy these separately. And I would highly recommend only getting the organic propolis pods because bees land on flowers. And unfortunately, flowers are sprayed with herbicides and pesticides. So the organic propolis pods are not sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. And you just put this little propolis pod in there. You put that back on, plug it in, holds down the power reset button. And then what's going to happen is these little lights will light up. And then when it goes to 1, you let go. And then it goes 1 through 6 on the lights. This represents how many days it's been running. The pods will last for 6 days if it's running 24/7. Now, you do not need to run this 24/7. When I first found it, I did because I was shocked that my lifetime postnasal drip was gone in just 1 day. So I just kept it running. I didn't want to stop it. However, now what I do is I will run maybe 3 days and then stop it. And then about 2 weeks later, run the rest, stop. If I go any more than like 4 or 5 weeks, sometimes I'll start to get a bit stuffy again. And if I ever do get stuffy, I'll just plug it in for a day. And that's that. My stuffy nose, the postnasal drip, has not been back in 2.5 years now since I got this. It is totally worth it. It is well more worth it than an expensive air purifier that costs 3 times as much. So I cannot highly recommend these as much. Now, when you log into beehealthyfarms.com, my discount code is Amanda10, and that'll give you 10% off. And let me know in the comments if you've tried it, if you like it. If you tend to be sensitive, you're going to want to go slowly. Or if your home if you are very mold sick, you're going to want to go a lot slower. I have worked with people who are highly sensitive who have started to feel dizzy after running it for too long. So you just want to make sure that if you're going to plug it in, maybe plug it in a room you're not in for an hour while you're in another room or out of the house. Let it do its thing, unplug it, and then just kind of let it settle and dissipate. But for the most part, I've worked with hundreds of people who have said, you know, my chronic cough is gone, my asthma is better, my skin is better, like my mold symptoms are better. And that's because you're no longer breathing in those mycotoxins that are floating through the air. So that is it for Bee Propolis. I hope this was helpful. And I will see you all in the next video. Please like and subscribe and turn on your notifications as well. I am starting to make videos like this every single week, and I would love if you could help grow my channel. So thank you so much.